Good evening, FSU, and welcome to the Thursday edition of FSU Weather. I'm meteorologist Brandon Lastrick with you. Taking a look at Doak Campbell Stadium over toward the west, we see those very clouded and overcast kind of skies where we have some rain coming in from the west later on into the overnight hours. Right now it's 71 degrees with a calm wind and some thunderstorms in the area. On the current temperatures right now, we can see where those thunderstorms are located. We have some lower temperatures, 73 in Quincy and 82 in Perry, a little bit warmer where they haven't reached yet. And on the satellite and radar, we can see where these storms are located and propagating up toward the northwest, or northeast, excuse me. And for our headlines tonight, we see storms here in Tallahassee clearing out for tomorrow, into tomorrow afternoon. We have eastern tropical weather heating up over in the tropical Pacific Ocean. And we have a reward for you tonight with your Memorial Day weekend getaway forecast. All that and more on FSU Weather.
Yes, welcome back, everyone. I'm student meteorologist Genevieve Rejock with your, what day is today? Oh, it's Thursday, with your Thursday edition of FSU Weather. We have quite a show planned for you today. We do have a lot going on across the country, but really towards the eastern part of the U.S. We are getting a cold front, and actually that cold front is luckily rewarding us with some nice temperatures, but sadly bringing us a lot of rain, and that rain is stretching all the way from the top of the eastern part through the Ohio River Basin into the southeast, which we'll get into the show. And I'm going to pass things right back off to the wall with Brandon with our local.
That's right, and with our local, we do have a lot of stuff going on with storms and thunderstorms moving through the area. And here's that live look again. We see those raindrops on the camera as these storms are heading over. And 71 degrees and still those calm winds. And taking a little more zoomed out look, we can see that basically the low pressure system and that cold front, all that rain associated coming all the way down into the Gulf of Mexico. We do have a few warnings and watches up into the Carolinas as well. Zooming into for us locally though, we can see the first round of storms passed through us earlier today, and the second round is going to be passing us through again within maybe the next hour or so. And these storms have associated with some lightning and some thunder as well. And we see today our high, only 75. I mean, that's a lot cooler than the days past so far, and very much lower than our record, which is nice, and that rain has definitely helped bring those temperatures down. And we see that on the map right here. 75 in Tallahassee, and a little bit warmer in 82 in Perry, where that rain has not reached quite yet, but cooler in areas where that rain has already passed. And we see the dew points as well. With all that southerly flow, bringing all that moisture up associated with that cold front is helping with moistening the atmosphere and keep those storms rolling. And into the next 24 hours, we can see those storms moving past, keeping us wet, and then into the overnight hours, storms and showers are also likely, and even into the early morning hours, as storms are still likely to be popping up around the area. And here for locally overnight temperatures, we see most of the area, all around icons, are showing thunderstorms and cloudy conditions, but cooler, more milder temperatures like 71 in St. Mark's and 67 over in Thomasville. And for tomorrow, our temperatures will reach back up again a little bit higher, and storms are also likely for the morning again. And 88 in Tallahassee, and a little bit warmer. That's the hot spot actually, 88. For the dog walk, here is that cute guinea pig again. Storms will be here in the morning, so 60%. So I would not take your dog walk in the mornings. That's when we'll get the rain, but it will clear out as you go into the afternoon hours, and the temperatures will warm up as well. And looking to the next week and into the weekend, we see those storms for Friday. Things will clear up Saturday and Sunday as we have high pressure moving over, having nice cooler conditions, and things will moisten back up again as the week progresses. So I want to tell you, Genevieve, that guinea pig is very, very cute.
Oh, I thank you, Brandon. I wish that these cameras were looking as cute as my guinea pig, but sadly we've got quite a bit of rain going on throughout the southeast. We're taking a little zoom out from our local. Here in Tampa, Atlanta, Clemson, even Charlotte. Charlotte is probably the best looking on these cameras, but really overall not very nice conditions to be in. for the region, we have luckily the temperatures are dipping down. We are being rewarded for that. But here in this region lies that low pressure system, that cold front that is coming and bringing a lot of rain. So here in Tallahassee, we have that 75 degrees, but it is raining, and that is the same for the regions above. Our current dew points aren't letting up either. Tallahassee, we have that 70-degree dew point, so really, really close to our temperatures, which is giving us really high humidity percentages, and that holds true for the region besides the areas like Mississippi and Arkansas that are seeing a little bit of relief as they are behind that cold front. But for our wind speed and direction here, this wind is bringing us some calm winds, very slight winds here in Tallahassee, which is, we have those muggy conditions, so sadly not too much wind going on, but there is some relief over towards the west in Shreveport. But we'll see that system here really bringing in all that rain, and mixed with that humidity, it's not good for the hair, it's not really good for anything, not good for walking through campus either. But we will have some watches and warnings, as we'll see right here. We have those red little squares that are tornado warnings actually in the western part of the Carolinas, and we do have severe thunderstorm watches as well for those areas, and a lot of flood watches and warnings going on, warnings up there. But for Liberty County, Wakulla County here in the Big Bend region, we are seeing quite a lot of flooding possibly into the night. And for our drought monitor, these regions are really not getting too much rain and they're staying dry, but for regions westward, there is quite a bit of rain going on. And Brandon, how about you tell us about our local look? Or, sorry, our national view, actually.
Yes, the national, exactly. We do have a lot of stuff going on nationally. We have a couple areas of severe weather popping up across the eastern side of the U.S. And right here, what I found interesting, we can see where the greener shades are, or lower temperatures, and that is basically following the shape of our low pressure system that is moving over all the way into the Gulf of Mexico. And here is that low pressure system on the surface map right here, and all the showers and storms moving across down into that Gulf of Mexico. And we have also the other system over in the Pacific Northwest that will also be moving eastward, bringing some severe weather as well. And for our SPC storm outlook for today, here is that slight risk over in that Pacific Northwest. The chances for severe threats are going to be for hail and severe winds. And right behind me right here is our major threat right now, which we have a lot of warnings and watches. That is our slight risk for the Ohio Valley all the way into the eastern Gulf Coast. And here we see in the southeast radar, we had that tornado warnings. We have two of them right now, I believe. And right here in the western South Carolina, that expires 6:15. And here in the northwestern North Carolina, that one expires at 6:30. So if you are in those areas, please stay covered and keep tuned to your local, hopefully, weather radio to see what is going on in your around you right there. And moving a little bit more north, we have also some more warnings. We have I believe two more tornado warnings. This one right here for Fleming County expires Thursday at 6:15, or right today, 6:15. I believe that should be 5:15 your local time. And right here, another one in Ohio. I believe that one should be expiring for Adams County at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, so 5:30 local time over there. And coming over here to the Pacific Northwest, not much has popped up right now. That expected is to increase in coverage as the daytime hours move forward. As you go through the evening, storms are expected to pop up into the Idaho and Montana region. And for our next day tomorrow, the severe storm risk has shifted a little bit toward the east. When that cold front moves also toward the east into the Atlantic coast, that is a slight risk. That is 2 out of 5. Main chances over there are going to be for tornadoes and damaging winds. And for the third day, I believe that should be Saturday, here's that slight risk has amped up a little bit from the day prior for areas like Montana and Iowa. Those main risks are going to be for large hail and also damaging wind. And as we see right here, the drought is still the same picture as it's been for the past probably couple of weeks. Most of the drought conditions are in the western U.S. And not terribly too bad over in the eastern side. And we see for active warnings right now for New Mexico, we have a fire weather watch for the whole state pretty much, and air quality warnings as well. That is due to those wildfires and those very dry conditions. And for the rainfall, much like yesterday, that rainfall is concentrated toward the eastern side of the U.S. So the western is not really getting much help. A little bit more help in the Pacific Northwest region, but not much for the southwest U.S. And we see in the tropics in the eastern Pacific that convection right here has a 90% chance of development in the next 5 days. That could be the first named storm, which would be Agatha. And here's that list for the 2022 season. And we see right here the average is for 15 named storms, and predictions and forecasts are for a little bit lower than average season, right about average low. And for the overnight hours, temperatures will be nice and cool, mild across most of the nation, a little bit warmer in the eastern side, and then tomorrow things will be ramping back up again as the heating will continue. So how do you think about that, Genevieve, with those severe weather threats?
Lots of severe weather going on. We are seeing quite a lot of rain here in Tallahassee, but let's try and get that off of our minds and think about this long weekend that we have. And because today is our last show day of the week, we do want to keep you prepared for that weekend going into it. But here, in case you are getting away to Orlando, it's looking quite nice right now. Miami, my hometown, quite nice as well. Some beautiful clouds and the sun peeking through. And New Orleans, we'll see that that's really the destination that you should be, and South Carolina looking beautiful as well. Here we have a map showing the sea surface temperatures that are going above 80 degrees. So if you do plan to be on the coast of the Carolinas even, I would say that the water isn't ideal, but if you do happen to be close to home, for me, near Miami Beach, you will be seeing some nice warm waters as well as the Gulf. For our Orlando 3-day forecast, so in case you will be going to Disney or Universal, you will be seeing quite a bit of rain on Sunday. I think that would be the ideal day to go. It'll be 90 degrees and sunny, though we still might see some rain, but I would recommend going on Sunday. Here we have beautiful downtown Miami, beautiful, though it won't be so beautiful this weekend when we have quite high chances of rain. Won't be able to see manatees in that water quite yet. For New Orleans, we are getting some nicer temperatures. We have upper 80s and some rain, but not as much as our other locations. Charleston is also looking slightly rainy. And if you are going to Tampa with our producer, Evan, who will be seeing the Yankees play on Friday night, it will be 40% chance of rain, but overall a really, really nice night to go into. And taking us back locally, we have no rewarding going on. We just have gray clouds in the area, droplets on the camera. It's that bad. But 71 degrees, thunderstorms, that is the theme of tonight's show, and calm winds. And for our current temperatures of the area, we are getting those cooler conditions, sadly with rain to come. You know, there's pros, there's cons, but cooler conditions into the mid and upper 70s for the region. Our dew points, it's really, really muggy outside. I will say stay inside, ladies, unless you want your hair to frizz up like mine did throughout the day. But 70-degree dew point here in Tallahassee and upper 60s to 70s throughout the region. And we'll see all that rain persist all throughout the night and going into tomorrow, bringing us quite a bit of clouds and rain. For tonight in Tally, I would say that's a nice night to go out, but sadly, the temperatures are nice, but the conditions are not. We are seeing thunderstorms, we're seeing quite a bit of rain, and the wind really isn't doing much. It's really bringing quite a bit of rain. And looking at the week ahead, here we have those nicer lows that we've been seeing. We weren't seeing that in the previous days, but overall, we're getting into the 90s, even reaching back up there as the front moves eastward. We're gonna have some really warm conditions, but luckily our lows are getting better. But for now, please follow us on Twitter if you like us, and we really hope that you do. Like us on Facebook if you'd like to chat with us, see the closest updates, and hopefully you're watching us live on YouTube. You can also watch all of our older videos as well. And follow us on Instagram. Please send us pictures of your dog. We love that for the dog talk forecast. And I'll give give you one last look at Doak Campbell Stadium. I'm student meteorologist Genevieve Rejock. Have a great evening.